back to the Untouchable. Hey, since you held up a script and everything like that, what is the lore with X and Con?
The lore. First Con?
The lore. Is Con like a nephew of some descendant that has just gone crazy and wants to fight everybody? I don't know.
Khan is the genetic recreation of Genghis Khan.
Oh, okay. So it's like a test baby, but not really a test baby?
I don't know. Somehow they got his DNA.
Oh, okay.
Made me.
Now, X is unknown, right?
X is unknown, but we left it. So
speculate.
One of the things that I have to admit actually I never told anybody this. So when we were being asked to come up with character backgrounds and everything, I picked X and I was like, okay, I want to be shrouded in mystery. And I had just finished playing the original Metal Gear Solid on the PS1.
Oh, nice.
And I liked the idea that I worked for some very, very, very Black Ops military organization. Mm-hmm. That's all I could say. So in Untouchable 2, Cynthia was going to be my boss of this organization that I worked for. But I kept it really, like, it was like everything's classified, everything's Black Ops. And I actually liked the idea of like being I thought about Solid Snake a lot when thinking of
Snake. Nice.
And that is from it was a Blizzard. I actually played Metal Gear for the entire time we were like laid up for a week. And I was like, man, this is the greatest game I ever played. I just think about it story wise, So
you like the stealthy.
Oh, I like the stealth. I love the stealth. For at first I went in guns a-blazing. It was like, nah, you do it that way, but why don't you do it this way? And once I started playing that way, the idea was like, can I play this game and never get seen? Can I do it without getting the exclamation mark? And that became the challenge. And then there was a ninja game like that in which you tried to be completely unseen, like get the perfect. They never knew you were there. And a friend of mine finished that, and he was like, I got 99%, and that was tough.
Wow.
I can't remember the name of that. It was one of the PS1 games back in that era.
PS4, or you said PS1?
PS1.
One. Okay.
Kenshu. Stealth. Kenshu Stealth Assassins. I think that's what it was. PS1 classic. The Enshu. The same bringing real stealth to ninja games for the first time. Yeah. Basically to build around stealth, to not come in guns a-blazing.
Okay.
To really, operate as a ninja would.
And is this ninja well equipped with the katana?
Yes, you would have all the weapons.
All that. Okay.
You had available.
Nice.
If I remember right, didn't you shoot one of the scenes, Francis, where you were dressed up in a ninja costume? I'm trying to remember what scene it was for. I don't know if it was for the Untouchable or was some other footage or something. Because I remember you had that outfit on, and I want to say, I'm trying to remember who else, because you threw a kick, and you were supposed to miss. You actually, you threw that hook kick right, and he ate it, and just stayed there. I was like, oh my God, did you just get him in the face?
Yeah.
Blush. And he stayed character.
It was like we were filming like a cutscene or something.
Night. It was really hard to do. It was lit by car light. And you threw this reverse hill kick and smashed somebody in the face, and they just they kept going, which was, look, when you eat one of those to the chin, you don't ask for seconds.
No,
you do not ask for seconds on that. No mouthpiece, no nothing. Ooh,
I know.
That was tough. I remember seeing that footage, and I forget who was like, "Did you really kick him?" Like, yeah, I kicked him.
Yeah, I kicked him.
Hazards. If I could find the blooper reel, I'll send it to you. It's got some good stuff on it.
I have the blooper reel on VHS, but I think Travis did digitize it.
Francis, what was your go-to game that was favorite to you, like Metal Gear?
Let's see. I did like Metal Gear a lot. I kind of migrate a lot towards the RPG games.
Okay.
Like around that time, like Final Fantasy VII was a go-to. There was PS1. There was another game called Vagrant Story that was good, but I also like the fun ones too, like Parappa the Rappa.
Oh, Parappa the Rapper. Yes, yes. Kick,
That
punch.
one.
It's all in the mind. Yes.
Exactly. Right. And then there was also there was a DJ version of that too. One there, I think, but that was kind of like the birth of, I think that was the birth of Guitar Hero, wasn't it?
Right.
Like Parappa
It
the
was
Rapper.
for syncing type of games. You had that. You had Jammer Lammy, Parappa 2. And it's funny that you mentioned that. I thought I was good in Parappa until I went and watched Travis play, and Travis blew my mind. I was like, I didn't know you could do that. Like what is? I mean, he would, when you get to a certain point, they just allow you to freestyle, and like the whole scene just goes away. I'm pretty sure you can find like a Let's Play or something like that on YouTube. Like instead of just playing and just going, just dropping kick or punch or whatever at the right moment, if you get to a specific rhythm where you get to where you're above like good, everything just goes away and it's just Parappa on his own freestyling. And Travis showed me that first time. I was like, I thought I was good at this game, but
yeah.
wow, okay.
Yeah, right around that era, I was trying a lot of games because let's just say I figured out how to hack a PS1.
Allegedly,
Allegedly,
mod chips.
And
yes.
let's say I allegedly had a friend that worked at Babbage's.
Babbage's was an old electronics store. Yeah, I think I've definitely participated in some of that before. Understanding, wait, all this chip does is just tell the PS1 to load whatever disk is in the drive, even if it doesn't have bad sectors on it.
So what did you do? Put a swap disk in there?
It was beyond the swap disk trick because PS1 games, the reason why they were black is they were written with bad sectors on there. No commercial CD-ROM drive can write bad sectors. In fact, why would you want to write a bad sector? You don't want to have a bad sector on a CD. But the way that PlayStation 1 games are written, they were intentionally had bad sectors written. So therefore, when you try to copy it, the disk drive will say, this is a bad sector, I can't copy this. So that was copy prevention. But if you were able to get an image of a disk, it would look for those bad sectors. And if it did not find them, it would not load. So therefore, a mod chip would just say automatically load. Just load it. Don't worry about it. Just load it. Even if it's from Japan, if it's out of region, automatically load it. That was
so you're talking about the image file being like a bin or a bin?
Yeah. So if you got a bin of it and you burn it to a CD, it would not have those bad sectors on it. So therefore, the PS1 would not load it. So yeah, there are extensive write-ups on all that stuff of how people found out how to do this, that, and the other, and then how instead of like chipping wasn't the best way, they begin to attack the drive itself, like writing custom firmware for an Xbox 360 so that it would play backups or play copies.
We know a little thing. We know a thing or two about hacking.
Little thing about a little thing.
Let's just say when I turned 18, I had to give it all up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, might have been in that group too. Allegedly.
I just like games.
Oh, yeah. Most I ever did with that kind of hacking trick was the PS2 because I think you could take it all out in a single, it was all attached to the motherboard and you could put it in this other, like I had a blue clear case, right?
Right. Put it in the case, yeah.
It was swap disk and stuff, and you could burn the PS2 to a DVD ROM disc, though. It worked out. And I think the Saturn or the Dreamcast, it was no problem.
Dreamcast, once they figured out how to write the boot file, you could copy it using, I can't remember the name of the copy program, but once they found out, I can just write this, people actually began to develop their own games for the Dreamcast. They would learn how to, how it's written and then write their own stuff, and you just write that specific bootloader to it, throw it in the Dreamcast, and it would play. I still have a couple of Dreamcasts around this house somewhere.
Wow.
Somewhere
What happened to the comics, Mallory? Come on.
Trust me, it was a sad day.
Oh, man. What was your most valued one? If you can remember.
You didn't save any of them?
No, I had to do the whole thing. Had to go full. And then I found some later, like, oh man, got a couple left over. Probably most valuable would have been my entire X-Men collection. I had a complete run. This is from the 1960s, right? No. So I wasn't back then. We're talking Uncanny X-Men, probably like 150 to the current.
Okay, that's good then. Yeah, because that's when you get into Chris Claremont.
It was a full Claremont run. I mean, even John Byrne when he was the artist on there. And a problem had a lot of A Death in the Family when Robin was killed.
Yes.
Those original ones first printing. Todd McFarlane's first run of Spider-Man. And New Mutants, which included the first appearance of Deadpool and Cable and Six Pack and Domino, all those, characters that first appeared in the late issues of New Mutants in the 90s. I had all of those. So, and then I had original when McFarlane took over an Amazing Spider-Man before he introduced before the symbiote, the black costume. So we're talking, full run of that stuff.
Did you sell them all? Did you sell them all to one person?
I sold them all to one person. I went to AwesomeCon. I found a guy. I gave him the list on an Excel file. I said, like, 90% of these have boards and backing boards behind them. And here, here's what I have. And the guy looked over and says, all right, I think, let's negotiate a price. And he came over and loaded everything up in a van. And I kept saying to myself, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. And then I kept saying, I don't have this. I've got to do it.
That's some cold turkey there, brother.
Oh, it was. It was pull the Band-Aid off, man.
Mallory, I think has a memorial service every year on the day he sold them.
Oh man!
I don't want to talk about it.
Whatever the reason is, I'm sure it was good. Oh man! Did you have any Francis?
No.
You weren't in the comics?
Not hardcore. I mean, not really. I mean, I do have, I do know there's value in comics. I'm looking at one now that's in a case.
Oh, is it slab?
Some of the stuff I like I have a Battlestar Galactica from 1971, a first edition, because that was one of my favorite series. I have a couple Star Wars comics somewhere, but I wasn't a big collector. I would still go to Comic-Con. It's a lot of fun, but I just that wasn't. Yeah, I got a couple, but no, nothing like Mallory.
Yeah. In fact, if I remember right, my original comic shop would have been near you. It was called the Blue Beetle. It was off of Allentown Road.
Oh yeah, Blue Beetle.
And I would ride my bike up there, and I would spend my hard-earned money. You're talking about a guy that, listen, my first 40-hour job was at Toys R Us at an amazing $3.05 an hour, and it was just enough to pay for comics for the entire summer. Nice. I worked at the world's biggest toy store. R.I.P. Jeffrey. I know he's coming back at Macy's somewhere, but still, stocking game walls and diapers and Toys R Us and finding all the old Atari ET cartridges that they still literally had there. I can confirm that there were crates of cartridges that they could not give away. Atari 2600 cartridges of ET that were in my Toys R Us off of Allentown Road. Mm-hmm. I used to do everything. They'd have me stock the game wall, and I would move you would have to alphabetize the game wall, and I would do everything except for I would never touch the Ouija board. I'm like, yes, y'all have to move. I'm not
the Ouija boards.
I'm not.
Oh yeah.
I will not even so much as touch that.